Hey, what's up there, Roulette players? Welcome back to Casino Wars. I am your host, Lenny, and I got another system that I'm going to test out. I saw it on CEG Dealer School. This one, it's going to be a $255 bet. We are going to start this off with a $1,275 bankroll system. This will give you 5 bullets. And let's just see how this pans out. It's a $255 a spin. Okay, I'll show you how the system works. And with this system, you'll win $15 consistently. And you can get, and then you play until you hit the jackpot, which is $105, or until you get a $105 profit, then you go on to another bullet. But like I said, we're going to play the hour. Okay, so what you do is you put, let me just look at my papers here. Okay, so it's $135 on 1 through 18. 1, 25, $135 on the 1 through 18, and then you play $30 on 19, the corner 19 to 22, the corner bet here you put 30, and the corner bet here you put 30, and then you put $10 on 24, 30, 21, 27, 33. 21, 27, and 30 going to be 0, 00, 24, 30, and 36. Those are going to be the whacks, and everything else you will profit $15, 20, 21, 27, 33. Those are the jackpot numbers. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin. See how this works out for 1 hour. Adjust my camera. All right, so that's a 9. That's a win. It's a $15 win. So we're going to rebet and spin. That's a 17 black. That's a win. $15. Rebet and spin. That's a 20 black. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 5 red. That's a win. $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 21 red. That's a jackpot. Got the jackpot already. Look at that. All right, so some people would walk away at that point, but we're just going to rebet and spin. So 30 red. All right, that's a first loss. So now we are down $90. So we're going to rebet and spin. That's a 15 black. So we're going to rebet and spin. That's a 16 red. That's another win, $15. Rebet and spin. All right, it's a 35. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. It's an 18 red. All right, that's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 0. That's not good. All right, that's a $255 loss. So we're going to rebet and spin. That's a 21 red. All right, that's a jackpot number. Okay, rebet and spin. Now we need several of those jackpot numbers to come back at this point. That's a 23. That's a jackpot number, I believe. No, it's a $15 win. All right. Rebet and spin. That's a 00. That's no good. Wow. All right. This is why I test these systems out. Okay, we're going to rebet and spin. That's a 35 black. All right, that's a $15 win. And remember, you always evaluate as you go if you're playing this system. You don't play the full hour like I do. All right, that's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. You would have walked away with 165 in the very beginning, and that would have been it. Okay, that's a 19. That's a win. Rebet and spin. All right, that's an 8 black. That's a win. Rebet and spin. That's a 25 red. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 20 black. That's a win. Rebet and spin. That's a 1 red. That's a win. Rebet and spin. That's an 18 red. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's an 8 black. That's a win. Rebet and spin. That's a 23 red. All right, that's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's an 11 black. That's a win. Rebet and spin. That's a 12 red. That's a win. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 24 black. That's a loss. All right, so we're gonna rebet and spin. That's an 18 red. That's a $15 win. So we're gonna rebet and spin. It's a 34 red. That should be a win. All right, rebet and spin. That's a 27 red. All right, that's finally a jackpot number, but we're so far down that doesn't even help really. So we're just gonna rebet and spin. That's a 26 black. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. We need about 3 more jackpot numbers to come back. That's a 12 red. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. It's a 14 red. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 13 black. That's another win. 15. Rebet and spin. That's a 21 red. All right, that's another jackpot number. Bet and spin. We need another 2 jackpot numbers. That's a 21 red. It's another jackpot number. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to rebet and spin. One more jackpot number and we'll be ahead again. It's a 9 red. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. All right, that's a 31 black. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 3. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 5 red. It's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. 2 more $15 wins and we'll be back even. That's a 36. That's a loss though. All right, so now that sets us back again. So we're going to rebet and spin. That's a 10 black. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 27 red. That's a $105 win. That's a jackpot. All right, rebet and spin. We definitely need another jackpot. That's a 32 red. I believe that's a win. $15 win. Rebet and spin. It's a lot of risk for $15 wins. It's another $15 win though. Rebet and spin. That's a 23 red. It's another win. 15. Rebet and spin. Now we just need a jackpot, but we got the 0 instead, so that's not good. All right. So we're going to rebet and spin. That's a 35 black. That should be a win. Rebet and spin. It's a 5 red. It's a win. Rebet and spin. That's a 30 red. That's another loss. Rebet and spin. I'm down 600 now. 25 red. So you're going to rebet and spin. It's a 22 black. It's a $15 win. So we're going to rebet and spin. It's a 22. It's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. It's a 28 black. It's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 4 black. It's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. It's a 36. That's another loss. All right, we're going to rebet and spin. Now we're down 780. It's the furthest we've been down. 18. All right, that's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. All right, that's a 14. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 31 black. All right, that's another win. $15. Rebet and spin. All right, that's a 9 red. That's another win, $15. Rebet and spin. That's a 27 red. All right, that's a jackpot number finally. Rebet and spin, but that doesn't really help us too much because we're down so much. That's an 11 black. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. Don't forget, you need to leave when you're up ahead. All right, that's a $15 win. We're gonna rebet and spin. That's a 17 black. That should be a win. Rebet and spin. That's a 14 red. That's another win. Rebet and spin. That's a 20 black. That should be a win. Rebet and spin. It's a 21 red. That's a jackpot. Rebet and spin. That's a 1 red. That's another win. Rebet and spin. That's an 8 black. That's another win. Rebet and spin. That's a 16 red. That's another win. Rebet and spin. That's a 25 red. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. It's a 5 red. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 27 red. That's another jackpot win. Rebet and spin. All right, that's a 29. That's a $15 win. Spin. That's a 32 red. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 16 red. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 5. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. Always remember to walk away when you're up. That's a 1. So that's another win. Rebet and spin. See if we can get this back up to a profit. We haven't seen profit in a while. 31. That's a win. Rebet and spin. That's a 21. That's a win, I believe. Yep, that's a jackpot win. Okay, rebet and spin. That's an 8 black. Now would be a good time to consider walking away with this minimum loss, with all the losses you had, but let's continue on anyway. 15, that's a win. See if you can get back to even before you quit. That would be good. If you were going to quit, that's an 11 black. That's a win. One more win and I think we'll be even with a $15 win. If we get a jackpot, that'll be even better. That's a 2 black. That's a win. So now you're back to even. You might want to walk away at this point, or you just continue on. 1, that's another win. Rebet and spin. Now we're up 15. That's a 36. That's a loss. That's not good. All right. So now we're going to rebet and spin. Now we're down 240. All right. That's a 28 black. I believe that's a win. Yes. Rebet and spin. That's a 31 black. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. It's a 24 black. That's a loss. Oh boy. Rebet and spin. That's a 12 red. That's a win. Rebet and spin. That's a 17 black. That's a win. Spin. It's an 11 black. That's a win. Rebet. Spin. It's a 24 black. That's a loss. All right, so we're going to rebet and spin. That's a 9 red. It's a win. Rebet and spin. That's an 8 black. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 28 black. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 32 red. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 19 red. That's a $15 win. So we're going to rebet and spin. It's a 23 red. It's a $15 win. So we're going to rebet and spin. It's a 31 black. It's a $15 win. Rebet, spin. That's a $10. 10. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 26 black. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 29 black. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. It's an 8 black. So a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 31 black. That's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. $31 black. That's a $15 win. Rebet. Rebet and spin. That's a 33 black. All right, that's a $105 win. That's a jackpot. Rebet and spin. We need a lot more jackpots to come back. That's a 29 black. It's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 26 black. It's $15 win, rebet and spin. That's a double zero, that's not good. It's a $255 loss, rebet and spin. That's a 4 black. That's a $15 win, rebet and spin. That's a 15 black. That's a $15 win, rebet and spin. That's a 25 red. That's a $15 win, rebet and spin. That's a 20 black. That's a win, $15. Rebet and spin. That's a 26 black. It's a $15 win, rebet and spin. It's a 28 black. $15 win, rebet and spin. It's a 26 black. $15 win, rebet and spin. That's a 2 black. That's another $15 win, rebet and spin. It's a 33 black. That's a jackpot. All right, rebet and spin. Need a lot of jackpots to come back. 23 red. That's a $15 bet, so rebet and spin. And that's a 9. That's another $15 win. Rebet and spin. I think with this system you need to increase. You need to double it to come back faster. But that's a 5. That's a rebet and spin. I think we definitely need to increase the bet. And you should have I think we should increase the bankroll as well. So at least you get 6 or 7. All right, that's a 13 black. It's a $15 win, rebet and spin, because $15 at a time takes way too long and it just bites you in the butt. 16, that's a $15 win, because you always get that loss before you get the win. You need to recover quicker. 31 black, it's a $15 win, rebet and spin. It's a 3 red. That's a $15 win. You're gonna rebet and spin. Yeah, coming back $15 at a time is taking forever. All right, that's a 14 red. So you're just gonna rebet and spin. That's a 23 red. It's a $15 win, rebet and spin. You could play for a long time and it'd be great comps, but that's about it. $15, rebet and spin. Great comps. I agree with that. 33 black. That's a jackpot number, finally. Rebet and spin. That doesn't bring us back though. The jackpot numbers, we need like 3 in a row. 13, that's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 27 red. That's a jackpot number. Rebet and spin. All right, we only got $255 more to recover. Not bad. 26, that's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. Take you forever to recover. No, you got to double it. 26 black. That's a $15 win. We're going to rebet and spin. 18 red. All right, that's a $15 win. Rebet and spin. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to double to try to recover a little bit quicker. 35 black. That's a $15 win. Let's do that now. Let's double the bet to 510 and see if we can recover faster and recover quicker. That's a 7 red. That's a $30 win now. Rebet and spin. We'll recover a little bit quicker this way. That's a 32 red. That's another $30 win. Rebet and spin. I think this is what you got to do. You got to double it. That's a 2. That's another $30 win. Rebet and spin. All right, that's a 9 red. That's another $30 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 13. That's another $30 win. Rebet and spin. That's a 20 black. All right, that's another $30 win. Rebet and spin. All right, that's a 30 red. That's a loss, man. All right, so we're gonna rebet. And if we double again, oh boy, that'll put us over the bankroll. 510. What are we negative right now? I think we can double again, actually. All right, that's 1020. This is the last time. Yep. Yeah, this is okay. All right, so that's a 00. That's it. We lost our bankroll. All right, so that's it. That's it for this video. Our bankroll was 16. Actually, our bankroll was only 1275. So you definitely need at least, yeah. So we lost our bankroll. That system is not good for the long term. That is good for a short term. Because, however, we did get a lot of $15 wins. But I definitely think with this system, you definitely need to double. And you're going to need a much higher bankroll. It's a great comp beast. It will bring you plenty of comps. All right, but let me know in the comments below what you think of this system. And don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to comment below about what you think of this system. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another roulette spin. Thank you. Have a great week.